אני מבקש להודות לשר יעלון, לא רק שבא לכאן, לא רק אחרי לילה קשה, אלא גם לפני יום ודאי קשה, ועמד בהבטחתו. הדובר הבא בחלק הזה של דברי הפתיחה הוא פרופסור ויטלי נאומקין. פרופסור נאומקין הוא ראש המכון ללימודי המזרח של האקדמיה הרוסית למדעים, ראש מחלקה בפקולטה למדעי המדינה של אוניברסיטת מוסקבה, והוא נשיא מרכז ללימודים אסטרטגיים ופוליטיים. פרופסור נאומקין, בבקשה.
Dear colleagues and friends, it's my distinct privilege and great pleasure to address such a distinguished audience. I am also feel happy that we yesterday signed an agreement with your institute, agreement of cooperation, which opens... Медленнее. По-русски говорим? Я думал, что все понимают по-английски. Тогда вообще прекрасно. Я думал, что мы будем... Давайте, это же замечательно. Ну, просто тогда не надо ни о чем больше говорить, потому что тот факт, что я здесь могу говорить по-русски, говорит сам за себя. Я тогда повторю. Нет, мне сказали уже по-русски, давайте я не буду. Я еще раз выражаю свое глубокое удовлетворение тем, что мы подписали соглашение о сотрудничестве с вашим институтом. Это прорыв, потому что сложилось так, что у нас практически...
אלה שאין להם, מדברים רק עברית, אין להם כזה, אנחנו מיד נחלק, בסדר? Excuse me, just one moment. We have a problem with the translation here.
Okay, we'll wait.
Can you speak in English, please?
Yes, whatever.
Okay, please do, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. We'll ask Professor Naumkin to speak right now in English, and we will arrange the translation for in the earphones, okay? Okay, please.
So, I believe that everyone understands English. Okay. So I switch back to English, and I think it's a good breakthrough in our academic relations, because with all our profound relationships in different spheres between Russia and Israel, we have been not having any sort of intensive exchange or joint research activities with your country. And I'm happy that such a distinguished institution here signed with us. And I believe that it will open way to active exchange of views, with one condition, that this exchange, as it was said by His Excellency Deputy Prime Minister, is candid, frank, and not hiding disagreements about very substantial things in the international relations and our bilateral relations and in the region. So I think it's not my as far as I understand, it's not my report about for the first session. It's my greeting, you know. So it will be short. So in general, I support the idea of having joint research programs and exchanging views, even from the very start. We can say that we have different points of view on many issues, probably on the main conflict in the Middle East, on the events in Syria, on how to deal with political Islam, which was said in this great presentation. It's very important to also to address global issues. I think we can address global issues. It's what is going on in the region is not necessarily making us, confined to the regional issues and boiling together in this, pot of regional problems. It's all about the global international system, the crisis of Westphalian model of states, the issue of world governance, how the world is governed in this global epoch. And I think it's important for us to elaborate some probably joint vision about this, system of global governance, international order, rule of international law, and so on. Because the regional issues cannot be solved without this, global framework of, regional, global, national, multinational, bilateral relationships. So I believe that we should concentrate in this workshop or this conference on the main issues that are of our concern, that represent joint concern for us. For instance, Russia is a multinational and multi-confessional state, have stakes, very serious stakes in providing security for different groups closely connected to Russia. So we care about the fate of Christians, for instance, in the Middle East, which are under threat now. We have a lot of concerns about Muslims, because we have about 20 million Muslims within our population. And you can understand their sympathies. And at the same time, there are a lot of dangerous processes within this community, splits, conflicts, dividing them. And thirdly, we have our concerns also about Jews. And you know well why, how many Russian Jews are living in your country. So our cultural bonds are strong. And I think that we shouldn't necessarily go into more details. We can see that the results of President Putin's visit here gave a real push to our relations in the sphere of knowledge, technology, cultural and academic exchanges, and we have to be a part of this, expanding network of relationship. So we're looking forward to listening to all these presentations that are part of our agenda, and thank you for your attention and for your hospitality.
תודה לפרופסור נאומקין, עוד מעט נשמע אותו בהרצאה על הנושא שהוא ידבר עליו. אני מבקש להזמין את שגריר רוסיה בישראל, מר סרגי יעקובלב, לומר דברי פתיחה. אדוני השגריר, בבקשה.
Frankly, I don't know in what language to speak.
English is excellent.
Excellent. Well, frankly, I have my notes in Russian, so I'm going to translate. First of all, I would like to thank the people in this institution for organizing or convening this very important meeting. I guess just on time. And I hope the discussions will be open, frank, and maybe sometimes very sharp. Of course, I would like to greet all the audience here. I think it's a very interesting discussion, very interesting theme today. And I don't know whether you think about answer questions and answer session. I don't know. Is it on your plan? But I think the questions from the audience will be very useful. So I want just to say a few words about our bilateral relations with Israel. I think we have common past, very good cultural or intercultural ties. You remember that in Israel, I don't know, I'm not sure about the correct figures, but more than 1 million Russian citizens. And during the last years, the intensity of our bilateral relations is, well, quite good, I would say. Professor Naumkin mentioned about the context on the highest level. I think it was very useful. 2 summits during this year, and both meetings between President Putin and President Peres and Prime Minister Netanyahu was very, I mean, here in Israel, and between President Putin and President Peres in Moscow, very, very useful, very open, and the discussion was, I must say, very friendly. So we also have many other channels of discussions or cooperation between the 2 countries, between the Security Councils, and between the parliaments. You know that Speaker of the Knesset, Mr. Rivlin, visited Moscow this year. On the level of foreign ministers, we had a number of bilateral consultations on different subjects, on different issues. And I think this seems that the cooperation is, I may say, flourishing. And yes, I agree with Mr. Yalon that on many subjects we do not have a common vision, or we differ, but we talk about these subjects openly, frankly, trying to find common denominator. And it shows that it's really good to talk with friends openly and without looking back to the past of our relations. So just I think about our economic and other developments and relations. Mr. Ulin will say more, and this is only in introductory remarks. So I wish you meeting or conference, whatever you call it, a success today, and I think it will be very useful for both parties to exchange views on today's and about future relations between Russia and Israel. So thank you so much. I tried to translate the remarks.